to another brand new episode here on Saxlingham Farm. How you all doing? Hopefully you're all good, and hopefully your day is going good. So day 2 of harvest this year, and we're in the rain now, so we're really sort of getting into the middle of it now. So it's going well. The barley averaged at 13.1 tonnes to the hectare, which is pretty good. I'm very happy with that. In the end, it was a pity we didn't have more fields of it, but especially if it was going to average that good. And the rate at the moment is starting off at 8 points, or between 8.4 8.6 tons to the tons to the hectare even. And as you can see, we've got nice dark green colouring on our field map, which is good. So I'm very pleased with that. Hopefully that will be the same all the way across both fields, and we'll be very rich and selling up and going to the Bahamas. Thank you very much. But yeah, so as I say, hopefully the rape's able to continue, and then obviously the wheat as well, and then we've got the potatoes. But with potatoes, they're a little bit of a temperamental crop, really. They're either kind of good or they're not. You don't sort of tend to get, well, I suppose you can get average you know, sort of yields with potatoes, but it tends to be either they're a really good size or they're sort of not, depending on the year. I mean, we don't irrigate, but we have had plenty of rain this year. It's one of the reasons why I'm starting harvest and all of the harvest in August, because July on the gate was a very wet month. It just kept raining all the time, and I do this thing where if it rains sort of 4 or 5 game hours, then it takes 4 or 5 more game hours for the crop to re-dry again, you know, before we can then get in and harvest. But so it's taken a while, because as I say, July was just sort of kind of continual showers, so and you know, sort of rain days. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with this. So we've got this field to harvest, and we've got the other field to harvest. It is the same day that we harvested the barley. I've not fast forwarded it, so there is going to be probably some night harvest going on. I know we're a small farm, but weather window at the moment is permitting, because it's just sort of cloud. So we will be able to carry on. With rapeseed, you can normally go until about 10, and you know, at that time of the night. It's the same with barley. You know, by the time you get to sort of 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock, you're pushing it. Not really, because the crop's wet and it's coming in, you know, sort of wet. But as soon as the sun goes down, it starts wrapping around the reel, and you know, starts wrapping around the dividers, and generally just becoming a very sort of awkward crop to harvest. And sort of rape and barley are terrible for it. Linseed, if the sun's not out, you've got no chance. I used to find the same with beans a little bit as well. If the sun wasn't shining with the beans, then it was a tough crop to harvest as well, you know, to get it to feed into the combine, because it just wouldn't. But yeah, as I say, we'll be going till about 10, 11 tonight, because farming sim doesn't have any of that issues. But and you know, and in, you know, on a real life farm, you know, the boss man may just say, look, I know it's having trouble, I know you have to keep getting out, but you're just gonna have to keep going. So we'll wait and see. Anyway, as I said, we're going to crack on. Our potatoes are looking lovely, and we're going to get these 2 fields done hopefully in this episode. May even get the wheat started as well. We will have been moved on to the next day then, as soon as we get, as I say, till about 10, 11 tonight. Then I will then skip forward the next day, and then we'll get cracking on again. We'll also have to refuel the combine, but I will see you all at the end. It's not so good this side of the field, look, and we'll see what's going on. Anyway, bye for now.
Right, so we're back, and that is now the rape finished as well, so that's pretty good. I'm surprised actually at how well this rapeseed did actually yield. I don't know why they want to reverse out then. I don't know, I just don't get it. Auto Drive's a wonderful mod, but boy does it have its flaws. Anyway, yeah, so as I say, it's yielded really well, this rapeseed, and I'm really pleased with it actually. I just hope now the wheat yields as good. But with barley yields up, wheat rape yields up. As I say, if the wheat comes in as good as the rape and the barley, then we are quids in this summer. Yeah, we're doing very nicely, and as I say, it will be a good, a welcome boost to the farm, because any obviously good money that we do make, you know, where we've sort of know we've got a little bit spare and extra, does mean that we'll be able to reinvest in, you know, sort of fields and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all good stuff, and it's all going to the right cause. And 131,000 litres off here. Be interesting to see what the other one is. That's not very much actually, but a couple of 100,000 litres again. You know, not too bad, not too shabby. We'll do all right. But yeah. So anyway, I am going to leave this episode here. I'm trying to sort of kind of break each video up of harvest into the separate crops. Once we get, I might, just might, you know, it's only kind of rattling around inside my head at the moment, this thought, but I might do an episode break of harvest. So I might send the combine back to the farm yet, and then for one episode we'll, you know, do some baling or whatever, and so we sort of break it up and then come back into the wheat, because the wheat is now the last combinable crop that we've got, apart from the soybeans, but they're not ready, or the harvest peas as we're using them as. So after that it'll be the potatoes. They are ready, but they can wait. So we can probably crack on with some baling and stuff like that. Normally I would say I'll just, you know, drop a comment. Do you want to see, do you want me to complete the harvest and then we'll get on with the baling or whatever? But by the time you've seen this video, I will already have the next episode recorded, so it would be pointless me saying that. But you know, sort of in the comment section, let me know in general what you think, and you know, of the series, whether you like it, you know, the things you do like about it, things you don't like about it, and we will, you know, and I'll always try and improve where I can. But anyway, let's just run over to the silo. The silo does normally, yeah, it does. So we've got 273,000 litres of rape off those two big fields, and 272,000 litres of barley off those three smaller fields. So that's quite interesting. The old challengers are raring to get out into the fields again. We'll soon have them cleared, and then we'll be able to crack on. Yeah, anyway, I am going to leave this episode here. Thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, why not smash that thumbs up button? And if you like what I do, you like me, and you like my content, why not hit that subscribe button? It really does help. But thanks ever so much for watching. I've really enjoyed having your company, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode tomorrow. Bye for now.